Good morning or afternoon, wherever in the world. I thought I'd share this journal. This is the first journal I attempted. It was on YouTube, and I'm trying to think of the designer, which at the moment I can't think, but anyway, I thought I'd share it. And this is how I come about making junk journals. It was a tutorial on YouTube. And it wasn't such as a tutorial, it was more like someone showing their book. So I actually Googled junk journals, and that's where my journey began in journals. So this was decked out in scrapbooking paper, but it's it's got a texture to it, a little bit like material. I put a beadwork on it, I put a bit of ribbon. I haven't looked at this journal in some time. I know my grandkids have, so things might be out of place in it. I don't know. So started with tucks and pockets, and I actually recognise this paper pack, which is from Graphic 45. I used scrapbooking paper there. I think it's got 2 signatures. So this is scrapbooking paper, and that was my first attempt at coffee and tea dyeing. I made little tucks and I stamped my journal. I don't know how many pages there is, but as you can see, I did little clusters, made pockets out of just journaling cards that I found, tags of, oh no, this must be an old, oh, it's just a postcard probably from eBay, one of the cheap brands that you get. Again, scrapbook paper. It's funny how we first start doing things, isn't it, really? But yeah, this is my journey. I made a little tuck there with embellished papers. Actually, I might go back to doing that. Oh, you just forget. Honestly, if you don't have a look back at the things you make, you honestly forget your journey and how you started. So I can't remember who does the flip-ups, but it's a dear lady that, I think it's Sidford? I can't remember her name. She's gorgeous anyway, and she's always sharing her work on YouTube. I've got 2 tuck pockets there. These have been done in some sort of texture. I can't remember what I used now because it's such a long time ago. And looking at these pockets, you probably would recognise the lady that actually designed them. I've got a bookmark. I even thought of a bookmark then. I've got vellum. So that was the end of that signature. I mean, the middle of that signature. And there's a copy of paper. Here's another pocket. Obviously, I learned how to tear then too. So I think in this journal, anything actually went. But like I said, I wanted to share it with you because we all, at some stages, have started somewhere with this journey we called junk journaling. So that must be a postcard that I again bought probably from eBay. Little envelope. Again, I've texturized this. It's 2 tucks. That's tucks there as well. So that's actually a 3 tuck pocket. And again, I think Signet, I'd seen her do them. I just can't remember how to say her name, and I feel so bad that I don't. But like my journey started obviously from watching her and a lady by the name of Christina, I think. She tucks in there. I used obviously an old card here for a tuck. I must have cut up. One of the kids used to get me Mother's Day cards, and you know and I know we can't keep all our Mother's Day cards and all our Valentine cards and all that. So what I did is I snipped a lot of mine out and just kept what the kids actually wrote on them. Again, now I actually used a card the kids gave me, and I don't know if this was for my birthday or what, but I again ripped up a card they sent me. It's a Mother's Day one. Happy Mother's Day to the best mum in the world. Love always, John. So they must have bought a booklet card, because I think I actually remember this, which is quite some years ago. And this one, Happy Mother's Day, Mum. Love you more than ever, I think they mean. John, Tennille and Anthony, hope you had an amazing day. Love, Paul. Oh, I love you more than John, Tennille and Anthony. Hope you have an amazing day. Love, Paul. Oh, he's a cutie. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for your love and support. Love you to the moon and back. Love always, Tennille. Like, so, unfortunately, how many things can we keep? So, this journal, I've cut bits and pieces out of there. It's cards that they used to buy me for Mother's Day and still buy me. Oh, I even have a flip up, is it? Oh yes it is. Like I said, I hadn't had it looked through because the grandkids come here and they actually look through my cards. Oh, there's a tuck in there. There's a tuck in there, so it must be a secret pocket. There's a tuck in there. Again, I can't remember what I used. I've got to look it up. I think it's Puzzle Saver. I think I grungied them up and then I used Puzzle Saver. The seam bag that I obviously made because we don't have them here. But yes, and there is part of one of my chains that actually broke, and I put it there. It's real blingy, so I put it there. Again, I used scrapbook paper. It's amazing, isn't it, for a first attempt, what we can actually do. Again, I made tucks using doilies. I don't use doilies often in my journals. Only reason why is I am scared that they're going to tear away, you know, especially if I sell a journal and stuff like that. But I think with this one, I actually used the Puzzle Saver over it, and I think it protected it. So that's a really good tip to know. If you've got Puzzle Saver, use it to preserve your doilies. Again, that must be one of those postcards that I would have bought off eBay. So there's a lot of designers there that really helped get me started, and the one that I remember the most is actually Nick the Booksmith. She really taught me heaps. Again, I must have been into layering because there's a lot of layers in there, and cheesecloth. Didn't do much with the cheesecloth, obviously. I was trying to make a flower, but it looks okay. another one of those pockets, which I'd say is I can't remember her name. Honestly, I'm hopeless with names. Again, I use that Puzzle Saver, and the same here, because the texture doesn't feel like paper anymore. It feels more like, not plastic as such, but it feels like it won't tear away easy, and obviously it didn't, because my grandkids go through these books. And oh, another bookmark. I must have been into bookmarks when I started junk journaling. A little tie over a Glycine bag, a little tuck there. Again, I've done lace and a bit of layering, maybe not to the effect that I would use today. I'd probably change things a lot better. I even did a little note. Strange things I did. Yeah, because my layering has changed dramatically to that sort of layer. So that's obviously vellum, and the centre of my signature. I've used a postcard. Again, I've used that Puzzle Saver. Oh, my layering got a little bit better in this book. It's a tuck there, and that's, again, I've used Glycine, and this feels like some sort of fabric I might have found and used. Little bits of tucks up there, and a little tuck there. Again, I'm having a cackle, because, like I said, this is my first journal that I actually really did. And here I used an old curtain, because I remember the curtain I used to have. I made it into a tuck. I did all right for it, my first journal. But I did use too many doilies. And like I said, I actually don't use them anymore. This is a very chunky pocket, so it might be a flip through. A flip up. Oh, it's a flip up that way. Sorry. Well, there you go. Again, one of those postcards. I used an old lace. Again, I know that's just ribbon to hold the lace in place. But again, lots of doilies. I'm very, very amused at this journal. So I would have started nearly 2 years ago, I'd say, in junk journaling. Again, one of those little fold-outs, and for the life of me, I can't remember who first showed them. That's just something from a scrapbook I actually tore out. Again, I've used the double pocket technique. I hardly use these pockets anymore. I love them, but if I'm making journals, I prefer to use whatever I was using, and I'm sure it was Puzzle Saver, to actually utilise and make these pockets, because it does actually make them stronger. I obviously knew how to do a side tuck. So like I said, whoever it was, I am really grateful to you for sharing your tutorial. I made a little notebook, obviously. So again, you know, my journey started with some beautiful ladies that are in YouTube. A little envelope. Again, this is obviously from one of the tutorials. See, it tore because I didn't use the Puzzle Saver. If I had used the Puzzle Saver, this would not have torn. Obviously, I've learnt that now. These little tucks. Again, this was my journey in junk journaling. So I'd like to thank every lady out there that has inspired me to start me on this junk journaling world. Like I said, was my first, and you can see by my signatures that there isn't heaps of pages like I'm doing these days. But I didn't do a bad job, I don't think, in laying that. There's a bit of, in the centre there, I actually can see some washi tape. So obviously I was covering up a mistake. But I notice here I've actually used packaging tape for the back of this book. Obviously it must have been pretty weak or something, because for me to use packaging tape, it would mean there must have been a rip or something inside the spine or the outside of the spine of the book. But yeah, that was the start of my journey. I just thought you might want to have a look at that. We all need to start somewhere. And the thing is, when I started this, like I said, I don't know what I was Googling. I was Googling craft boxes and that, and I'm going to actually show you that at some stage, for a technique to use in your journals. So some past things that I learnt maybe 10 or 15 years ago will actually come in handy. So I will show that to you guys. But yeah, that's my first journal. And like I said, my grandkids love it. First thing they come and do when they come over is check Nanny's journals. So thank you everyone for watching this book, journal, my first attempt at junk journaling. Wasn't a bad effort, but I can actually see through the last 18 months to 2 years what great changes I've actually made in junk journaling. So young ladies that are out there, older ladies that are out there that are new to junk journaling, we all need to start somewhere, and I hope that you would be able to come to myself or to whoever you see on YouTube that actually do tutorials and ask for a helping hand, because I know for myself, if it wasn't for the lovely ladies that shared their work in their tutorials, I would not have started junk journaling, my junk journaling journey. I'm lost for words. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you on soon. I'll be doing a tutorial to do with tags next. Thank you.